Welcome to the Friday. What the hell is the date? September 23rd. My God, the year is almost over already, but hey, it's Friday. That's the only thing that matters. Let me go and get everything synced in together. I can start checking stuff out, seeing who all's here. There's that right there. There was a little likey poo right there. Good morning, Santee. Happy Friday, brother. There's a little PSA, and here's a share out on Facebook. Let's see here. Oh, well, Jeebus Crispy. Okay. So, now all of a sudden, alright, let me see here. There we go. Yes, update the password. And thank you. And go to hell. There we go. All right. Good morning, Ty. Good morning, Tony. Yes, sir, the weekend is upon us. Older said she was watching you on TikTok. Well, she ain't going to be watching me on TikTok anymore. I don't know what was going on with TikTok the other day, but for some reason, for the very first time since I started advertising our videos and stuff on there, it wanted me to get it logged me off, wanted me to log back on, and the password I know I set to TikTok because all of my social media has the exact same password. It wouldn't accept it. So the video that I put up the other day is officially the last video that we will be putting up until I figure out the issue there. So, but at least she saw me. So, my life is eternally weekend, Mr. Santy. Good morning, Shane. Good to see you, bud. Haven't seen you in a while. You've been a busy little feller. Oh, man, I'll tell you guys what. I was doing real good on Wednesday. Was doing real good health wise yesterday. Got up this morning, felt like stomp shit all over again. Stomach's all cramping up and everything. Every drink of coffee I take makes my stomach hurt just a little bit more. Got a headache when I got up. I don't know what's going on. At least I know it's not COVID. So that's something. I didn't know she was watching you till she just told me. She just told me to tell you good morning. Tell her I said good morning back, Ty. Yeah, I'm getting my car fixed this morning. Yeah, maybe I'm dying again. Who knows? Wife asked me the other day, she said, have you checked your sugar? I said, well, yeah, I check my sugar every day. She said, well, what is it? I said, too damn high, the same as it always is. I said, but that's what it's like the doctor said, that's what my body likes, is that those low 300s. They pretty much give up trying to bring it down. So, you know, I pretty much accepted the fact that the cat is going to outlive me. So, good morning, Rusty. Hope you're doing well. Oh, it's funny too because it feels like acid reflux again, and I was great Friday afternoon or Wednesday afternoon, Wednesday evening, all day yesterday, not a problem. Woke up this morning at 4:01 and felt like crap. It's like, all right, at least I'm awake now. An hour ago, that's iffy. What's my weather like? Like frickin' November? My weather is like my weather is like Mother Nature's having a very, very bad Minzy right now, and she's taking it out on everybody else. 53. 53 would be great. I was on Monsters in the Morning radio program earlier, chatting with some people, and you know, hotter than hell down there where they're at in Florida right now. I told them, I said, well, when I got up at 4 o'clock this morning, it was 41 degrees. It's dropped down to 39 degrees now. Our high yesterday was 61. Our high today, again, is going to be 61. So, yeah. Started the furnace. We shut the air off. The wife shut it off when she got home yesterday. She asked me why it's on. I said, because it's still too warm to have the furnace on. But with the air conditioner on here, it's warmer inside the house than it is outside. She said, nope, shut it off. Okay, well, it's still going to stay warmer in here than it is outside. So, but yeah, it's 39 degrees here now in Michigan. Getting cooler temps. Weren't you just bitching about the heat? Yeah, it was hotter than hell just like 3 days ago. Um, Up in the 80s, we couldn't keep this place cool enough. I mean, like I said, she turned the air on just a few days ago to bring the temps down in the house. And yesterday, high of 61. Yesterday morning, 51. And this morning, 41. And now it's dropped to 39. So, that's a great starting weather for hunting. Tell me about it, man. I have already thought about it. Every cool morning like this, when I grab a cup of coffee and I go out on the back deck and sit and feel that crispness in the air and stuff, it's like, God, uh, I wish I had my Hawkins. Deer season is going to be coming up here in just about a month and a half or so. You know, my buddy has outside of town out here has already been getting his backyard set up and just waiting for deer season so he can just go out there and sit on his back deck in the morning in his robe with his cap and ball and wait for him to walk up to his pool again like they do every year and pop him. He'll be stocked. He'll have all of his freezers and stuff stocked up again here in 2.5 months. Yeah, almost 100 degrees 3 days ago. Squatch. Hope you're doing good. Morning sunny. Yeah, I'm hoping so too, Santee. I miss my ground venison, my venison roast, my loins. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. All that unprocessed, unformaldehyde stored fresh meat. But I hope everybody is doing well on this nice Friday morning. Beautiful Friday morning. My computer's lying to me. It says it's 39 degrees and sunny. Now, If you look right here through the fan, does that look sunny to you? It looks like the sun hadn't even come up yet. Oh God, venison chili. I miss me some venison chili. My guy that hunts my property has been getting his area ready. Yeah, let's talk about my loins again. In time, it's gonna be wet and raining. I have to pull the bullets and clean. The sun is blinding this morning, and it's coming my way. Is it coming from the north? Did we rotate during the night? Yeah, venison chili is really tasty, especially if you put venison in it. Yeah, the rain and stuff is a big setback um, to hunting with a flintlock. Even just doing reenactments. That's why once we powdered the pan, we dropped the frizzen down. A lot of us have a frizzen cover that goes over it that helps to keep a lot of the moisture away from the frizzen and the pan. And when we get the gun loaded, we always carry it down. Um, a little something something I learned years ago, to always carry it muzzle down. That way, nothing gets up in the muzzle. My oldest two incidences where I've had to go top of school because she's in her teacher's attitude and acting out. Mm-mm-mm. Had rattlesnake chili about 20 years ago. Not bad. Had a bite to it. Never had rattlesnake chili. I heard it was good, but I've never had it before. As long as it don't make your insides coil up and rattle, you're good. What the hell's she getting attitude with her teachers and stuff for? I ain't never known your girls have attitude. Well, I mean, away from you. Of course, they're going to give you attitude because, well, your dad. Yeah, carrying at secure arms. Mm. Uh, well, I'm planning an investigation for this weekend, guys, at one of our cemeteries to get ready for the Halloween season. Um, I've got a video coming out here just as soon as the live stream's over again. Of course, I advertised it yesterday on the community tab. Um, pretty interesting. Pretty interesting. Tyler, no, what, because you want to feed stuff. Yeah, exactly. Um, of course, social workers and stuff like that, 9 times out of 10, only because the girls live solely with you now, um, they're going to automatically start thinking that the reason that they have an attitude and have never had one before is because of wrongdoing on your part. And they just need to, social workers just need to pull their noses out of other people's asses for a little bit, and put themselves in the situation of the children. I mean, they were pulled away from their mother. Granted, made them a little bit happier, but being the interfering asshat that their mother is, um, of course, the girls have that fear that they're going to get sent back to their mom, and they need to realize that for a single dad, you're doing the best that you can do, and those girls aren't suffering a bit. Take her to see a counselor. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. That's what we had to do to Ash, because of her social anxiety disorder, and the fact that she feels like an outcast or an outsider. Um, we took her to see a counselor, and they made leaps and bounds with her. Just sitting down, of course, me and Steph met with the counselor as well, and she knew a lot of the situations with Ash when it come to school, and people bugging her and picking on her, and which she was also one of the very few mixed kids at her school. That it was either black, Mexican, or white, and she was one of maybe 8 or 10 mixed kids, um, at her school, and there was only one other one in her class, but she came from Diamond Lake, Camp Ritchie folk, and her and Ash didn't associate. Basically, she bought and paid for her friends out there. Drew, you and I can talk about it. Will do. Yeah, really. A nice punch in the throat. Amen to that. There is nothing that a good throat punch can't solve. Hey, Justin. Good to see you, bud. I heard a good one this morning, guys. I heard a good one this morning. Guy wakes up one morning, rolls over, looks at his beautiful wife laying next to him, and says, "Hey, how about a quickie before we start our day?" And the wife she's laying with her back to him. She rolls her head back over, and she says, "No, not this morning." She says, "I have an appointment with my gynecologist later, and it's going to be kind of, weird." And husband rolls back over on his back and lays there for a second and says, "You got a dentist appointment today?" My eldest was recommended to see a counselor. She would not do it unless Dad was with her. She trusted me. They said, "Oh, never mind." Yeah, exactly. Heading off to another Civil War reenactment today. Oh, really? Where's where's this one at, Justin? I bet it was Santee. I bet it was. Oh, Angola. Okay, cool. I did not realize Angola's event was this weekend. 1875. How about that? We'll see if Rusty hits that one later. Come on, why's all the mail popping up now? Nothing's popped up on my phone. It was a school staff person. Yeah, those school counselors are the best. Angola, Indiana puts on a great event. I used to be a regular at that one. Um, Saturday they do a walk up to the roundabout in the center of town. There's a big Civil War monument there in the center of town and stuff. Um, the whole town rolls out the red carpet for the reenactors. All the stores, everything, the restaurants. Uh, they really take care. They do, of course, gun raffles and things at the event. They have a big Civil War ball on Saturday evening. It's a great event. I miss going to it. I miss going to it. It's a timeline event now. Well, just shows you what I've missed out on since I quit going to it. Didn't used to be a timeline event. You see anyone? She was just beating the hell out of others who tormented her younger sisters, like she was taught to do. Exactly. Exactly. Same thing I taught my daughter. You catch somebody getting picked on, tormented, beat on, you step in and you defend them. And we got called to the school once in the sixth grade, fifth grade. I guess somebody was picking on one of her friends at school, and she stepped in and punched him in the nose. And the counselor called us into the school, and we told the counselor that's exactly what I taught her to do. She defends herself. She defends the weak, and she defends smaller kids. And they said, well, we can't be tolerating that. If an incident like this occurs again, she'll get suspended for the remainder of the week. And I said, fantastic, and I'll take her for ice cream. I said, we can't have her picking on people. I said, nope, she wasn't picking on people. I said, you people and your brand new values at these schools are fucked up. And that's exactly what I said to her. My wife hit me in the arm, and I said, no. I said, they are fucked up. I said, the schools will sit and they'll talk about zero bullying tolerance. I said, but when somebody defends someone against a bully, they're called a bully. I said, no. That's like saying if a person robs a store and shoots somebody, and the police arrive on the scene, and the people shoot at the police, and the police shoot and kill the person who done the robbing in the first place, they're not doing their duty, they're killing someone. I said it gets pretty bad when a security officer or a police officer can defend the innocent from being hurt, but a common citizen can't do it without somebody accusing them of doing wrong. That's why you can't use school people. It has to be outsider. Good morning, Jan. Good to see you, sweetie. Hope you're doing good this morning. Schools are messed up. They need to go back to the old ways. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. I told the principal that she would get no punishment for me for doing what she was taught to do. Amen. I was never asked back to the school. I remember a counselor telling us we don't want to hear about you all being bullied. You need to take care of it yourself. That's exactly what we were taught. I mean, I understand, there's only about, what, Santee, 7 months between us? I think you're 7 months, 6 or 7 months older than I am. And that's exactly what we were taught. We don't want to hear about it. It is not our job. You're a grown up. You need to learn how to face things in the adult world. Take care of it yourself. But don't let their punishment exceed their crime. And that's exactly what I've told my daughter. I said, you do not, I said, once you knock them down, turn your back and walk away. If they get back up and come at you again, knock them down again. Turn around and walk away. I said, continuously knock them down until they get it beat into their head, not to get back up. Hey, Cheryl. Good to see you, too. Hope you're doing well this morning. There's no problem. Showed boy is not going to walk over the individual. Don't let their punishment exceed their crime. Well, I must have missed that sentence. Nope. It's much like I told her. If you defend this person or you defend yourself and you continue beating on that person while they're on the ground, then you become the offender. I said, you knock, like I said, you knock them down, you turn your back and walk away. If they come at you, knock them down again, turn around and walk away, and continue knocking them down until they get smart enough not to get back up. Sometimes it takes 3 or 4 times. 1642 Harvard College in Cambridge, Massachusetts. Massachusetts. Jesus, God Almighty, here we go. Massachusetts. Cambridge, Massachusetts. First commencement. It's not like bullies just started bullying. They're doing it for years. Yep. Most definitely. Thank you so much, Rusty, for all the wonderful history that you bring to us in the morning. I did that in first grade, knocked down a bully boy who was picking on my friends. I have not yet begun to fight. 1779, John Paul Jones aboard the USS Bonhomme Richard defeats the British frigate HMS Serapis and becomes the United States' first well-known naval hero. All right, Ty. I hope you learned something today. 1780, British Major John Andre reveals Benedict Arnold's plot to betray West Point. Good sidekick to the side of the knee always works. Nah, I've never been one, in a fight with another guy in school. I always thought that, a nice punch in the piss pump was, or a good kick in the piss pump was always foul play. But with my little girl, that's the first thing I told her to go for. I said, kick him in there on and off switch. I said, like I said, you hit them right. You put the top of your Nike right in between their hoo-haws. They'll go down pretty fast. I said, and if they knock you down, get on your knees and punch them straight in their piss pump. "1806, Lewis and Clark returned to St. Louis from the Pacific Northwest. My eldest liked bloody lips, noses, and personal favorite, black eyes." Come on, Temp. Get back up to 41. Christ, go to 40. When you're small like me, I had to fight dirty. Hey, the way I always look at it, when it comes to a woman being picked on, as far as I'm concerned, there is no fighting dirty. You defend yourself any way you got to defend yourself. And if that means fighting dirty, psh, go for it. Good morning, Freedom. Good to see you, love. Hope you're doing well today. 1862, U.S. President Lincoln's Emancipation Proclamation is published in northern newspapers. 1863, Confederate siege of Chattanooga begins. 1875, Billy the Kid is arrested for the first time and jailed after receiving clothing stolen from a Chinese laundry. Escapes 2 days later. Good morning, Z-Man. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well, bud. One fights to win. Ain't much dirty about it. The way I always said it, he who fights and walks away lives to fight another day. I'm doing pretty good, Freedom. Feel a little bit off again this morning, but I ain't worried about it. I was feeling real good Wednesday afternoon and evening. For those of you that seen Danny and I on the SMP show on Unrestricted Paranormal Wednesday evening, I was actually feeling really good. And then yesterday, all day long, real good. And then got up this morning, kind of felt blah again, a little bit, but getting better, getting better. 1879, Richard Rhodes invented a hearing aid called the audiophone. 1884, American Herman Hollerith patents his mechanical tabulating machine, the beginning of data processing. Sunshine morning, I'm okay. Just always blessed to wake up each day. Hopefully you're doing good. Glad to hear. Hope it clears out soon and you're back to 100. Oh, that would be so nice. 1891, Vocational School Troop College, later California Institute of Technology, Caltech, established in Pasadena, California. In the Pacific Northwest, we have a bridge named after Lewis and Clark, connects Washington and Oregon. Oh, wow. I didn't know that. I've never been up that way before. I'd love to come up there sometime. (1897), First Frontier Days Rodeo Celebration, Cheyenne, Wyoming. Copy, paste, copy, paste. So anyway, like I was saying earlier, I have got another video coming out today. Of course, you know, I put the ad for it on the community tab yesterday. It is the missing journal entries of a messenger slash explorer from the uh, er, um, early 18th century by the name of Charles Williams. He was traveling, I believe, uh, on the east side of Appalachia with an Indian guide and an Irishman named Fletcher. And some nasty things happened. He recorded them in his journal over like a 2-week period. And he was never seen or heard from again. Mohawk hunters found his journal pack, him and Fletcher's guns, everything, just a couple weeks after his last journal entry. And his journal wound up in the New York archives. And the things he put in that journal, well, they fed a legend that had already been in that area of the mountains for centuries. This video's good. 1911, Earl Ovington becomes first airmail pilot. And fell asleep. Well, talk more, Shane. You won't fall asleep. 1912, first Max Sennett Keystone comedy movie released. Cohen collects a debt. 1925, George Kaufman, Butter and Egg Man premieres in New York City. If you've never seen Jeremiah Johnson, that's a damn good film. Jeremiah Johnson is one of my favorite classic films. 1927, Sunrise, A Song of Two Humans, directed by F.W. Murnau, starring George O'Brien and Janet Gaynor, is released. Academy Awards Unique and Artistic Picture, 1927. I have seen The Mountain Men. Great movie. Yeah, New York City, get a rope. 1938, time capsule to be opened in 6939. Buried at World's Fair in New York City. Capsule contains a woman's hat, man's pipe, and 100 feet of microfilm. Oh, there's a lot of really cool stuff to put in a time capsule. They stuck some photographs of what life was really like. Hell, in 6939, they're going to think we're still in the Stone Age in the beginning of the 21st century. (1944) Proclamation number 30 was issued declaring the existence of a state of war between the Philippines and the United States and the United Kingdom. Or they will be in the Stone Age and have no idea. Who knows? Who knows what the future holds? 1945, first cavalcade of jazz outdoor concert held at Wrigley Field, Los Angeles, with Count Basie, Valletta Snow, and others. 1949, U.S. President Harry Truman announces evidence of USSR's first nuclear device detonation. Mm-hmm. Yeah, 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 yeah. Uh-huh. Yep, yep, yep. Uh-huh. Hmm. Yep, 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 yep. The Quick and the Dead is a good film, too. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. 1952, Caliga. Signal recorded by Hank Williams. Caliga. Well, Jan, you probably should have never mentioned to Lisa about coming down your way and doing investigations down there because, well, she really wants to. So, need to figure out how to pull that off. Make a weekend trip or something down your way. Do some investigations down there around you. Just got to figure out how to do it. Oh, Kalija, that's what it is. Not Kaliga, Kalija, you dumbass. 1952, first closed circuit pay TV telecast of a sports event. I like both of them, the Sharon Stone version and the Sam Elliott version. First handheld mobile phone was demonstrated by Martin Cooper of Motorola in New York City in 1973 using a handset weighing 0.2 kilograms. 1952, U.S. Vice Presidential candidate Richard Nixon makes his checker speech defending the gift of a Cocker Spaniel to his daughters. Love me some Hank Sr. Been to see his grave in Montgomery. That'd be cool. That'd be cool. 1953, KHQA TV Channel 7 in Hannibal, Quincy, Missouri, CBS affiliate, begins broadcasting. Yeah, paranormal. Paranormal investigations. Ooh. 1955. All-white jury finds Roy Brandt and John William Millen not guilty of the brutal murder of black teenager Emmett Till in Sumner, Mississippi. 1957, That'll Be the Day by Buddy Holly and the Crickets reaches #1 in the U.S. Oh, that'll be the day when I die. Oh, that'll be the day. Ooh, ooh, that'll be the day. That'll be the day. That'll be the day when I die. It's right up my alley. I'm house sitting for Dad. Something else is residing here too. Oh wow. Yeah, we start doing a lot of parahistorical stuff back in February of 2019. And a lot of people that keep asking for more. So I'm trying to get as much. I'm trying to get as much investigations in as I can. One of these days, if I ever get rich, um, I am seriously considering purchasing the Roku space. They've got that deal going out now with Roku TV, Amazon TV, where you can produce your own videos and basically own your own channel. Put anything up there that you want to. And there is so much fake paranormal BS out there that I would love to do an actual channel of real paranormal investigations without all that Hollywood BS mixed in there, and be the first TV YouTube based paranormal team that only features YouTube based paranormal teams as my guest. No singers, no celebrities, no blah 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 blah. About the Appalachian foothills. I will talk about that again here in just a little bit, Squatch. The video coming out today, right after the stream's over. 1957, President Dwight D. Eisenhower orders U.S. troops to support integration of 9 black students at Little Rock Central High School in Arkansas. 1957, white mob forces 9 black students enrolled at Little Rock Central High, Arkansas, to withdraw. 1957, WTIC TV Channel 61 in Hartford, Connecticut, a CBS Fox affiliate. They began broadcasting. 1958, U.S. performs a nuclear test at the Nevada test site. Hundreds of 75-pound tarantulas cheer. 1961, first movie to become TV series, How to Marry a Millionaire premieres. Very cool. Yeah, Cheryl, I do too. I hate the fake stuff. Danny and I have actually had, we have a guest that comes back regularly on the SMP show. He has worked there in California quite a bit doing investigations and being I can't think of what the title's called when TV shows and movies and stuff use somebody um, from a specific field to make the show more realistic and stuff. But most of those shows, the big name shows that are on TV, they're over 60% scripted. Plus, when they do a show, these things sit in editing for months getting worked on, putting all the cool crap and stuff in them. And we don't want none of that. We want everything real. You seeing it on TV the same way as we see it there. In 1962, ABC's first color TV series, The Jetsons by Hanna-Barbera, first broadcast. 1962, New York's Philharmonic Hall, since renamed Avery Fisher Hall, opens its first unit of Lincoln Center of Performing Arts. Yeah, the expert or, you know, counselor or whatever the hell they call them out there. (1963) WMEB TV Channel 12 in Orono. What the hell is ME? What starts with ME? Is it Maine? No, Maine. Maine is MN. What the hell is ME? .3, 2.6 MYA Stone Tools found in present day. ME is Maine. Oh, okay. Present day Kenya. They are so old that only a pre-human species could have invented them. 1968, WKAS TV Channel 25 in Ashland, Kentucky. It's a PBS affiliate. They started broadcasting. 1968, WKGB TV Channel 53 in Bowling Green, Kentucky. The PBS affiliate begins broadcasting. Last time I was in the graveyard, 2-3 a.m., we got surrounded and chased out by coyotes. I only had 5 shots. Oops. 1968, WKLE TV Channel 46 in Lexington, Kentucky begins broadcasting. Well, Kentucky just went hog nuts wild in 1968, didn't they? 1968, WKMA TV Channel 35 in Madisonville, Kentucky begins broadcasting. You're all right, Squatch. Don't worry about it, bud. 1968, WKON TV Channel 52 in Owenton, Kentucky begins broadcasting. Yep, I agree with Sonny. Just be safe and drive and just listen. .1968 WKSO TV Channel 29 in Somerset, Kentucky. They began broadcasting as well. 1656. The pendulum clock, invented by Christian Huygens. First conceptualized in 1637 by Galileo Galilei, but he was unable to create the working model. .1968 WKZT TV Channel 23 in Elizabethtown, Kentucky. You notice how they're all PBS affiliates? And all of these PBS affiliates 1 year later debuted that fabulous show that have educated millions of children worldwide, Sesame Street. .1969, Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, directed by George Roy Hill, starring Paul Newman and Robert Redford, premiered. Time to start educating the Hicks. Yep. Wonder how many kids were sitting there with Uncle Daddy and I can't say it. I can't. Sitting there with their older siblings watching the Muppets. Today's show was brought to you by the number 7. And by the letter H. .1969, first broadcast of Marcus Welby, MD on ABC TV. God, I remember that show. My mom used to like to watch that show. 1742, Benjamin Franklin invents the Franklin stove. 1969, Northern Star and Illinois University newspaper start rumors that Paul McCartney is dead. It's that White Album, man. It's the White Album. He was walking barefoot in that crosswalk and everybody else was wearing shoes. I liked Marcus Welby. Marcus Welby was cool. Good morning, David. Yes, brought to you by the number 7 and the letter H. That was Abbey Road. Was it? Shows you what kind of a Beatles fan I am. I know the songs, don't know what albums they came on. I know album covers. Don't know which ones they were, but I know album covers. 1973, largest known prime number. What? 2 hump 132,132,049 minus 1 is found with what hump? 2 hump? 2 is greater than 2 is higher than whatever. Hey Ian, good to see you. Yeah. Yep, Father Knows Best. I remember seeing that too. 1974 revival of Jules Stein and Stephen Sondheim's musical Gypsy opens at Winter Garden Theater, New York City, runs for 120 performances. Angela Lansbury wins a Tony Award. 1976, U.S. televised presidential debate between Republican incumbent Gerald Ford and Democratic challenger Jimmy Carter. The White Album is just white and names the Beatles. Oh, I don't know. Father Knows Best was awesome. I still watch it in Green Acres. I used to like Green Acres too. Mr. Haney. Green Acres is the place to be. Aw, living is the life for me. 1977, I Just Fall in Love Again, single released by the Carpenters. Did you look? Picture I sent you. Yeah, this morning when I got up, I checked it out. I was still trying to figure out all the other pictures that you sent me when we were talking about the Niles Witch. Then you start sending me the other pictures from your computer screen. I was trying to figure out what you were trying to tell me. That's why I question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark. Because you had me lost with those pictures, bud. 1810, Abraham Louis Breguet creates the first wristwatch. His best plays every day. 1977, third test of Space Shuttle Enterprise. 1977, Cheryl Ladd replaces Farrah Fawcett on TV show Charlie's Angels. Men around the country weep. 1979, Jane Fonda and 200,000 attend anti-nuke rally in Battery Park, New York City. Third test of the Space Shuttle Enterprise. It's 1977 when NASA had the entire cast of the original Star Trek come out to NASA to christen the Enterprise. The Enterprise. In 1980, reggae legend Bob Marley's final concert at Stanley Theater in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. 1823, Johann Wolfgang Dobermeier invents the first lighter. Thank you, Wolfgang. 1982, Doll's Life opens at Mark Hellinger Theater, New York City for 5 performances. 1982, U.S. performs a nuclear test at the Nevada test site. There's the sun. Na 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 na, here comes the sun, and I say it's alright. Na 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 na. Have to go move my truck for the hunter to get the woods. Be right back. All right, Sonny. Oh yeah, Cheryl. They had there's pictures out there of the entire original cast of Star Trek with Gene Roddenberry standing right there in front of the cockpit of the Space Shuttle Enterprise. They had him come out and busted the champagne bottle on her nose cone and christened her Enterprise. 1983, Columbia moves to Vehicle Assembly Building at Kennedy Space Center for mating in preparation of STS-9. 1986, Congress selects the rose as the U.S. national flower. Cold morning in New York this morning. It was down to 46 degrees. We got down to 39. It was 41 degrees when I got up at 1 minute after 4 this morning. And right about 8 o'clock, it dropped down to 39. We finally got back up to 40. Fall is here. Fall is here. First time they were trying like hell to reboot the Star Trek series. Well, in the 70s period, late 70s, is when they started really bringing the original crew back for the beginning of, the filming on Star Trek the Motion Picture. So, yeah, having, the cast of the crew of the USS Enterprise and NASA christening the USS Enterprise shuttle. Yeah. 1990, PBS begins an 11-hour miniseries on the Civil War. And I have it on DVD, along with the accompanying book. Still a good series. 1992, Bradless announces it will take over Alexander's department stores in New York City. Bradley's. 1992, Jackson Browne reportedly beats girlfriend Daryl Hannah. Was the end result of the reboot attempt? Yes. And they went on to make, 4 more movies after that. (1994) The Shawshank Redemption, directed by Frank Darabont and starring Tim Robbins and Morgan Freeman, is released. 1996, Howard Stern radio show premieres in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania, WZMT 97.9 FM, and in West Palm Beach, Florida, WCLB 95.5. Yeah, I think Undiscovered Country was the last one the original crew was in. 1999, NASA announces that it has lost contact with Mars Climate Orbiter. 2003, crime drama NCIS starring Mark Harmon, Michael Weatherly, Polly Perrette, and David McCallum premieres on CBS in the U.S. Woodstock was a music festival held August 15th to the 18th, 1969 on Max Yesger's Dairy Farm in Bethel, New York. It is the last TOS movie. Yeah. Yep. Starting in the late 70s, going all the way through the 80s, was the TOS series of movies. I think there was 5 movies total. And then in the early 90s is when the Next Generation crew started over making films. My dad's father went to Woodstock, got as high as a kite. 2012, scientists discover 4 genetically distinct types of breast cancer. Let me see this real quick while I'm thinking about it. Boom. Now, let me see here. Voyage Home, Final Frontier, Undiscovered Country, 1, 2, 3. Yep, you're right. You're right. There was 6 of them. Star Trek motion picture came out in 79, Wrath of Khan in 82, Search for Spock in 84, Voyage Home in 86, Final Frontier in 89, and Undiscovered Country in 91. "2017, U.S. President Donald Trump withdraws invitation to the White House for NBA champions Golden State Warriors after Stephen Curry says he doesn't want to attend." Oh, the whole hippie thing last. Till about the end of Vietnam. 2019, climate activist Greta Thunberg scolds world leaders, "How dare you," for not addressing climate change at the UN Climate Action Summit in New York. I'm always right, most of the time. 2019, U.S. police officer fired after arresting 2 6-year-olds at school on charges of misdemeanor battery in Florida. 2020, Kentucky grand jury indicts only one of 3 officers for wanton engagement for shooting unarmed Breonna Taylor in Louisville. Gone! "2020, U.S. President Donald Trump refuses to commit to a peaceful transfer of power after the U.S. November election at a White House press conference." 2021, Biden administration and EPA introduced first regulation against greenhouse gases, reduction of hydrofluorocarbons by 85% in 15 years. 2021, fossilized footprints 21,000 years old from White Sands, New Mexico, indicate settlement by humans of North and South America earlier than previously thought. January 8th, 1935, Elvis Presley is born. Thank you, Rusty, for another good day in history, man. There's a lot of cool stuff in there. Things I done ain't never heard before. You're fine, Jan. You're fine. Got to take care of the babies. Rain Joker, king died on the throne. Yep, that he did. Well, that means you wasn't here earlier when I was talking about you talking about the fact you shouldn't have invited Lisa down to do investigations because she really wants to come. We just got to figure out the money situation and stuff like that to get down there. The grandma situation and all that fun stuff. Move my truck. I'll go behind wood. January 27th, 1967. Apollo fire kills astronauts Grissom, White, and Chaffee. Yeah, she wants to, so we'll see what happens. It's all based off of it's going to be all based off of donations and the monies and stuff. So we will just have to wait and see. Um, it's funny, Z-Man, that you mentioned the Apollo 1 tragedy. The wife and I were watching a movie yesterday evening, and one of the astronauts in the movie made the remark that, well, the one good thing about this is we'll all have high schools named after us. And they were actually they were sacrificing themselves to get a mission completed. And the girl said, well, the good thing is we'll all have high schools named after us. And I looked at the wife and I said, high schools, hell. I said, y'all are sacrificing yourselves on purpose. I said, Gus Grissom got an Air Force base named after him, and he was just sitting in sitting on a launch pad waiting to take off, and the thing exploded and killed him and his fellow astronauts, and he got an Air Force base named after him. I said, you guys aren't going to, y'all aren't just going to get high schools named after you. It's not a very far trip for Drew. About 5 hours. Everyone start donating so Drew come down here. We have beds for you guys. Well, at least we won't have to have. At least we won't have to get hotel rooms. So that's always a good thing. March 3rd, 1931, Star Spangled Banner becomes the U.S. national anthem. Three years ago today. I love it when Google Photos does that. So 1953, nuclear bomb accidentally dropped on North Carolina. I remember reading about that. Haven't never found much on it, but I remember hearing about it. Okay, Squatch asked earlier, and I don't know if he's still in here listening while he's driving or what, but he asked earlier about the foothills of Appalachia. The video that's coming out here in about an hour and a half is set in, I believe it's 1719 in Appalachia. It's about a messenger slash explorer named Charles Williams. He was never found, but his pack, his journal, him and his partner, guide slash interpreter, their guns were found. But his journal wound up in the New York archives. And his last week and a half, 2 weeks of journal entries were very cryptic, to say the least. But they just added to a legend that had already existed for centuries in that area. So I decided that was the perfect thing to do, getting ready for the Halloween season to come upon us. We're just a week away from the beginning of October. I'd be lying if I didn't say this is some spooky crap. So it was well worth doing a video over. So I don't live very far from where my daughter used to live. It was 5 hours for me to drive my daughters. I think Jan said it was about a 5 hour trip for them to come up here. So back in August. So I don't know. Oh, 41 degrees. Also depends on how fast Lisa drives. Very true. Very true. I was very nervous when I did my knock knock watch their video. Why? Why are you nervous about doing videos? Who was driving, Jan or Jay? Memory serves. That would make a difference. Jan was driving. She's actually a lot faster driving than Jay is. What do you look so angry for? Why so serious, son? Arr, arr, arr. What's my point? Damn thing kept knocking in the garage only because I was alone with a ghost. I drove the highway, I-75 speed limit. Traffic wasn't heavy. I didn't stop until I got Findlay truck stop. Oh, wow. Well, guys, in case no one has noticed, we are getting real close to that 600 mark. I think we are 10 or 11 away from that 600 mark. So definitely be sharing out the videos, definitely be sharing out the live streams, put it on your social media. We're getting closer and closer to that 1,000 mark again, where we can remonetize the channel. I absolutely hate driving I-75. People are crazy. I'm not afraid, but it felt ominous, so I'll admit I was nervous. Can't blame a person for being nervous, anxious, excited um, when something like that's happening around you. Can't blame a person one bit for that. Hope I hurry up and get my car fixed. It doesn't cost an arm and a leg. Yeah, really. I don't know where you took it to, but that $75, $80 an hour service rate, that'll kill you. About 3 hours. Yeah, about 3 hours. I'm working on getting to 300 slow process. I can't believe Model T only sold for $825. Imagine that today. Yeah, I know. That'd be incredible. Find car prices like that again. Almost $4. Around here, average for a candy bar now is like $1.75. Um, our dollar stores are running Halloween specials right now, and they're doing this weekly fundraiser thing. And they had their chocolate Reese's pumpkins, and they had their white chocolate Reese's pumpkins, which are my favorite, by the way. I don't know what it is, but the peanut butter that they use for like the Christmas trees and the pumpkins, to me is 100 times better than the regular Reese cup peanut butter. And they were doing the giveaway with the special $1.45 each. And I'm like, hell, I remember a few years ago going out and buying a whole box of the Christmas trees. It lasted me like 2 months. So I only eat like one or two a day. And peanut butter is one of the best things that a diabetic can eat because it dispenses the blood sugar. It thins it. It drops the numbers on your blood sugar. So as long as you don't eat 20 of them at a time, it'll dispense it. But yeah, it. I couldn't believe $1.45. It's like, my God, I paid $20 for a box of them. Now they're wanting $1.45 a piece for $1.75 when they're not on sale. Actually, it was my dietitian, Tony, that told me Reese's is the best thing you can eat because of the peanut butter in it. Um, because a Reese will counteract itself. Chocolate is actually good for a diabetic, but it does have a little higher sugar content. Peanut butter will dissipate the sugar. So if you sit and eat a couple Reese cups, it actually will not affect your sugar. So, I mean, like I said, unless you eat 20 of them, then they'll jack it up. But eating one or two a day, that's like all the people out at my mother-in-law's apartment complex. Um, they when they go to get their commodities each month, the ones that don't like peanut butter give it all to my mother-in-law, and she brings me bags of jars of peanut butter. Um, and that's my go-to snack is a couple spoons of peanut butter in the evening when I get the munchies or something. Because peanut butter alone will actually bring your blood sugar down. Fluffier peanut butter. It is, it's very fluffy. I could afford to buy a new car if the prices were that low. Yeah, really. Oh, all the lights on my dashboard came, the radio went off. The windows won't go up or down. Took it to my garage. I've used since I was 16. Wow. Marshmallow fluff and peanut butter. Yep. Some people call them sandwiches a nutter butter. Or nutter fluffer. That's what it is. It's a nutter fluffer. When you take a piece of toast or a couple pieces of toast, put some marshmallow cream on there and peanut butter. Or is it nutter fluffer or a fluffer nutter? One or the other. I don't remember. I personally, no, yuck, nope. $43. We're still sitting at 41. That reminds me, I need to put a couple of O2 sensors in my truck. Yeah, Nutter Butters are the little sandwich cookies that are shaped like a peanut. Oh, when I was real little, Z-Man, I loved Junior Mints. Yeah, I don't know what happened with the weather. I still say that I still say Mother Nature's just having a really rough cycle. Um, this month, we went from we went from the 80s 3 days ago, just overnight. Boom! Woke up the next morning. It was 57 degrees, and we had a high of 61 yesterday. Got up this morning, it was 41 degrees, dropped down to 39 with a high of 61 today. We're not supposed to be out of the 60s for the rest of the week into next week. So, I don't know. We'll see. York peppermint patties. York peppermint patties are really good. I'm surprised my diesel didn't even chug from the cold this morning. At 51 here now in Danbury, Connecticut. Wow. That's kind of how the seasons return. Yep. I mean, a straight drop off. I remember the wife and I laid in bed 2 nights ago, or 3 nights ago, with the fan on, windows open, and slept all night long uncovered. and the night before last, pretty much the same way. I mean, I had the covers pulled up to my waist, but that was about it. Last night I had them suckers pulled clear up around my neck. It got cold real quick. 3 weeks from Monday's first eye surgery. Cool. Now, when it comes to your eye surgery, Jan, how long are you going to have to keep your eyes covered after the surgery? And is somebody going to be there at the house to help you out during the day? Nearly time to put the fan in the window. It's nearly time to take the fan out the window. We have very many. I mean, you see, it's sitting there not even running right now. It is cool enough in here, and I'm wearing 3 layers. I got 2 shirts on and a vest, and I'm actually comfortable right now. My feet are cold, and I've got furry slippers on. Um, I had this fan on all night long. Came in here this morning. I could have hung meat from the ceiling. It was so cold in here when I got in here this morning. I just got another specialist for my pancreas and my platelet count. I was AFK. Did you say that repair shops out your way charging? They're charging right around 80, 85, $90 an hour. Yes. And some little privately owned shops, if people don't want to go take their car back to a dealership to get it worked on, some little private owned shops are going as high as $90 or $100 an hour labor. Not sure yet. Jay is taking the day off, day after surgery. We'll have weight restrictions for sure. Guess I won't be doing anything for a while. Weight restrictions? The hell you planning on lifting with your eye? I mean, what? I don't understand why you would have weight restrictions with an eye surgery. But then again, I've never had an eye surgery, so I don't know. I was charging $85 an hour 10 years ago. Wow. When my dad was service manager at the dealership 13 years ago, they were charging $65 an hour at the Ford dealership. My friend got pulled over and the cop asked, "Do you know how fast you were going?" He replied, "No, officer, but the needle stops at 140. Try to make the cop laugh. It was a state trooper. He got a ticket. I'm sure he did. Straightened out, under control. Strain increases blood pressure. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. And that is one reason why I do everything in my power to try to be as stressless as possible, because, you know, after 5 years of being on blood pressure medicine, my blood pressure finally got down where I don't need medication for it anymore. So that's why I try to stay as stressless as possible, because my blood pressure goes up, my chest starts hurting, and then I freak out about the possibility of my wife coming home and finding me dead in here from a heart attack. So I try to avoid stress. Stress is not my friend. No axe throwing, no knife throwing. I don't want the strain on the eye. Ah, okay. All right. Well, at least we know Jay don't have to worry about getting a skillet flung at him or something like that for some cute little remark while you're cooking dinner or something. So that's what they told me would happen after my surgery. but if the platelets are high, they'll put me on blood thinners. Blood thinners suck. I am here to tell you, I'm on my blood thinners now, and I picked little George up the other day to put her drops between her shoulder blades, and boy, she got me with all 5 claws on her back left foot, on my belly. I bled like a sieve. My coworker got stopped in my town for doing 32 and a 30. Had to go to court. I understand Sonny blood thinners are the best way to take care of it. How many hours after she gets home till she notices? Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Probably about the time she, normally by the time she gets home, I'm not in here anymore. I try to be, um, especially after last year and the problems with me being in here as much as I was, and neglecting her and Ash and the house and the property and everything else. Um, Almost lost my family last year because of this channel. And so, I cut back my time in the studio. So now when she gets home, I'm usually not in here. Maybe dinner time, when she comes to tell me dinner's ready, she'll find my corpse. Yeah, the other one. The other one. The other channel. Surgery, yes I do. On 2. I have meals made in the freezer. He just has to take the container out in the morning, put it in the microwave when he gets home. There you go. There's $100 for each 5 miles over the speed limit. Wow. See, as fast as Steph drives, she has never been pulled over. We've gone up 131, 85 mile an hour. And she normally gets passed by cops. 85 mile an hour, she's getting passed by everybody on 131 going north and coming back south again. Down here in the southern part of the state, they'll usually give you about 5 mile an hour over the speed limit. You hit 6-7 mile an hour over the speed limit, that's when they're going to pull you over. Hey John, good to see you. Hope you're doing well this morning. Trying to do my weightlifting before I have surgery. Of course, weightlifting is limited to me sitting in a chair, not working on my arms and shoulders, nothing to my neck or my back. People do 100 on the New Jersey Turnpike on the regular. I've heard that before. I've heard that. I've never been to Jersey. Well, last time I was in Jersey, I was still in my mom's belly. That's when she went out there to get my dad's, stop my dad from going to Vietnam when she found out she was pregnant for me. But that's the last time I was in Jersey. Someplace I've always wanted to go and check out. They try to do that on I-75. There's too many troopers there for me to try it. I understand because you have back problems. I won't reveal what I've done on the turnpike. The turnpike sounds like when you come in on the south side of Chicago. You hit the on ramp, or even, Houston, Texas. You hit the on ramp going through Houston. You better be doing somewhere between 100 and 105, or you're going to get ran over. Hi, JJ. Doing good. Hope you're doing well. Especially at Big Red. In New York, there's a trooper every 2 miles in the median. They love out-of-state plates. Oh, yeah, I'm sure. Most states do love out-of-state plates. What was it they used to say about Indiana? Come on vacation, leave on probation? Yeah, exactly. I've heard Virginia troopers are relentless. But yeah, you're right, Tony. Out-of-staters don't contest the tickets. They don't try to fight them. They're like, all right, I'll just go home and pay it. Our local departments are heavy on the roads. Psst. Hell, we never see our guys. They they sit they sit up at the station, since we only have 2 officers on duty, 2 during the day shift, 2 during the night shift. Once in a while, you'll see them take a cruise down the road, come back, take a cruise down the other main road, come back, maybe wiggle through a neighborhood or two. Other than that, you never see your guys unless they get a call. Good morning, Danny. Hope you're doing good, bud. Man, that was a great show Wednesday night. That was an awesome show Wednesday night. Another amazing guest on the SMP show on Unrestricted Paranormal. He's full of information though. Z-Man is spot on. I live on county route with a posted speed limit of 40 mile an hour. I know traffic runs at least 10 above. There's a few triaxle dumps that run around 60 plus. Wow. Troopers here in New York have yellow reflective decal at night. It's scary because you don't see them till you're about to pass them. Yeah, we have county boys that come through town. I mean, we're uptown is the intersection of 2 secondary highways, and just out a little bit north of town is where our county facility's at. We don't see a lot. If I stood up at the intersection all day long, I might see 2 or 3 counties uh, cruise by. Other than that, we don't get a lot here. I mean, unless they get a call for something and have to come in town. Most of them come in to eat at one of the diners or just shoot through to go out and patrol the counties. Oh yeah, always awesome, bud. Always awesome. We make a good team. Yeah, Brian's excellent. Brian is excellent. He was a great guest. He's full of information. Um, of course, for those of you that don't know, Brian Lafferty, he was the guest Wednesday night on the SMP show. Um, we talked about his global ghost hunt um, coming up next year, and uh, that's a hell of an endeavor. That's a hell of an endeavor. Trying to unite investigators from all over the world, um, posting their investigations on there. I mean, you talk about para-unity. We talk about it here, but it's such a small scale thing when you try to hug the whole world together through something that multiple people get enjoyment out of, like ghost hunting and stuff. It's uh, it's awesome. It's awesome. Uh, Many times over, ready for the weekend. Yeah, I'm ready. I'm trying to get something going for Saturday or Sunday night right here local. I was talking to Lisa about it um, yesterday afternoon, early evening. I got to get a hold of Heather today, see if she wants to come over and shoot for something. One of the local cemeteries, something we've had a lot of activity at in the past, and people are still reporting seeing things as they cruise by the cemetery because it's very slow speed through the. I think it's like 20 mile an hour past the cemetery, and people have seen the white woman standing out along the roadside, or thought they caught a glimpse of her out of their peripheral in their headlight or something, standing in the cemetery. Um, we're gonna check it out. We're gonna see. Um, can't believe he remembered me. And then, of course, next weekend, the 2nd of October, I have got the Cass County Fall Festival that I will be taking part in with the Cass County Historic Society. I'll be filming out there, of course, all the music and the folks in their fancy dress and apple cider and pumpkin and did I mention pumpkin and apple cider? So that's gonna be fun. Michigan coordinator, very cool. When you know you're speeding and see a cop, don't step on the brake. Instant guilt. Yeah, yeah. Never step on the brake. Take your foot off the. Take your foot off the slowly off the accelerator, and just decrease slightly. Even if you only drop 1 or 2 mile per hour, could be that 1 or 2 mile per hour that saves your butt. Sometime for sure. I'd love to go to Ohio. Yes, she's invited Lisa and I down to do some investigations down there by Cincinnati with her. And Lisa wants to do it. You know, it's just a financial thing, gas and stuff. So, well, folks, good Lord willing, don't rise. All right, Rusty, you take care of yourself, bud. Have a good day. Have a good weekend. I am planning on being on tonight. Hopefully, I don't fall asleep again before then. I'm going to try not even to eat before the stream tonight. That way, my belly won't be full and I won't be comfortable. So, I'm a lot more apt to stay awake if my belly's grumbling at me. So, hopefully, I'll be on tonight. I'm planning on being on tonight. I'd like to do some open mic stuff tonight. But you take care, bud, and we'll see you later. Hey, Templar, good to see you, bud. Hope you're doing well. Let me see here. Just gas. We have you covered for food and lodging. I might want to go shopping in Cincinnati or something. I've not been to Cincinnati since I was like 11. 40 some odd years, 40, almost 43 years ago. I might want to go shopping. You never know. I might have you take me out to meet the Amish out there your way. Sounds to me like they have better deals than our guys up here do. SMP going out tonight. Bloomingdale Oktoberfest tomorrow from 9 to 1. Huh. Fun, fun, fun. Wish I was closer to you, bud. One of these days I'll get to Bloomingdale's. One of these days. WKIP in Cincinnati. I'm waiting for the day you collab with the Haunted Side. Dude, I would love to collab with the Haunted Side. That would be cool. I would, once again, I've told you guys before about my plans and everything for the channel. As we grow, as we get bigger, as we get our name out there, collabing with more of the, uh, being able to travel a little bit and um, going and meeting up with other investigators and doing collaborations with them, inviting people to come here and doing collaborations. Uh, it all comes with growth. A friend of mine built her own SLS, much cheaper too. How did she build her own SLS? That's a hell of a setup building an SLS camera. An undertaking I couldn't do, that's for sure. The only thing I noticed from other channels besides this one is unnecessary reactions to doors slamming, loud bangs and knock. Yeah, I know, and I don't believe in the jump scare stuff. I mean, if I jump at a noise, you guys know that's some serious crap. Because I'm not going to jump at every little teeny tiny noise. Um, I don't believe in it. That's just over dramatization, and that's not what the paranormal is about. I mean, believe me, if something scares me, if something startles me, I'm going to let you know something startled me. But yeah, just that jumping at noises and doors closing and things. Uh-uh. Nope. Not on my channel. Not on my watch. On the outskirts of Amish community. Have many farms near me. I love I love the Amish. That's what I was telling Jan just a few minutes ago. Is Lisa and I actually make it down there to do a couple investigations with her. She'll have to take us out to Amish country. I love dealing with the Amish. Love it. Burnaby, good to see you. Hope you're doing well today. Not happy to not make the big money. respectively. What should one do if a spirit or entity says get out? Um, we've had voice communications before that said get out, and we don't get out. We don't get out. And believe me, only once, only once. If you watch all my videos under in my playlist, um, titled "Our Investigations," only once have you ever seen me leave when one of my communication devices said malevolent, and that's only because my wife and daughter was with us. Other than that, nothing makes me leave an investigation until I'm ready to leave an investigation. Threaten me. Psst, I've been married twice and died twice. What's left to fear in this world? Let me see here. Gurgle, gurgle. Bigfoot on. Hello. Good morning, my friend. Long time no see. Hope you're doing well. About 20 minutes from a little town called Intercourse. Actual name. I've heard of a couple different places called Intercourse. I'm in Nashville, Michigan. I'm in Nashville, Michigan, October 20th. Very cool. Haven't been to Nashville in forever. Got to get back out that way. Ugh. I never get out when I'm told to. Oh my God, it's a Bigfoot. This bird in hand. There's a nearby too. Oh wow. Very cool. I never do what I'm told. We got to get together, Danny, and do another investigation together. I had a lot of fun at the last one over in Berrien Springs, and sadly, you and I didn't get a lot of time to film together and to investigate together. So we definitely need to get at least another one in before the weather gets too cold and snowy and slickery and stuff like that. And the sun is gone. Are scratch marks typically 3 claws if evil? I've never really seen too much of those. I've got scratched 3 times in 3 years. And the one going down my spine was one huge scratch, almost like somebody did this down my back. The one that went across me down here on the left side below my rib cage was 3 scratches, and then the one across here was 2. So I don't put much validity in the 3 scratch thing. I think if you're out doing an investigation and you get scratched in any way, shape, or form, whether it's 1, 3, 7, 12, it don't matter. You've had contact. I usually don't cuss either, but in the series I'll be uploading next week from last weekend's investigation, you can hear me cuss. Well, my peeps, I have to bounce in a few minutes. Great seeing y'all. Amazing history. Glad you could join us, Cheryl. Glad you could join us. Definitely take care of yourself, and if we're on tonight, come and join us. If not, I hope we are. If not, come and see us Monday morning. We'll be here. Woohoo, 50 degrees here. Yeah, we got up to 44. Woohoo. Still cold enough to store meat outside. Good day, you Poster channel. I'm not sure if I'm subbed. Our new SMP webpage. Very cool. I need to work on mine this winter. When Jan and Jay was up here, I got a little bit of video time with their daughter. She told me about a site where you don't have to pay for your URL. So I've been getting some ideas and keeping notes on how I'm going to design our website. So I just don't know how to link everything, and I'm going to have to get Bob over here and have him do it for me. I'll have to try to. I think some spirits may do the 3 to scare because a lot think it's a mark of evil. That's a good possibility. JJ's channel right there. I've only had whispers in my ears. Never been scratched. Whispers scared me enough. Drew, I invite you to be a satellite member of SMP. Cool, bud. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. We're going back to the barn. You have a good day. You too, Sonny. You take care. You take care. But yep, guys, it is past that time. It is time for me to be like a fat baby and head out. Time for me to be like a tree and leave. Time for me to be like a bunch of birds and get the flock out of here. As soon as I end this, I'll be answering a couple messages that I got during the stream, and then I'll be uploading that video. So be watching for it by 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time here in about an hour. And like I said, I'm going to do my best to be on tonight. I will, Jan. I will. I never realized there could be other entities preventing others from moving on. Very true, Z-Man. That is very true. Bless you too, Cheryl. She's on my page later today. Awesome. Let me know. Everybody have a great day. If you can't make it, check on us tonight. See if we're going to be on. The plan right now is yes. If you can't make it, have a good weekend. And we'll catch y'all first of the week. But until next time, take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. God bless you. God love you. We do. We'll see you later.